Good day, everybody. How are you? Look, should I put on my glasses? I've been feeling kind of studious with it. Yeah, I think I like them right now. It's giving me something else. I don't know what that something else is, but I'm going to do it for a few minutes. What up? Welcome to Morning Talks with Ro. I do have my morning drink on deck, and then I got this little studious thing cracking. My hair is a little wet. I am in Chicago, Illinois. It looks like it wants to rain. I don't even know if it has rained because I can't tell through my mom's blinds or whatever, but it is a little bit overcast out here, or maybe a lot of bit overcast, but I'm in the mix. I'm here celebrating with my girlfriend who just got engaged recently. I was asked to be a part of the wedding party. And I am, hey Jay, I'm excited to be able to celebrate with her. And then I get to, of course, spend some quality family time with my niece and nephew. We're going to have like a Halloween night. I'm going to try to scare the crap out of them on some of the stuff that I grew up on. You know what I'm saying? I remember when, what was it? Nightmare on Elm Street came out with, what's Freddy Krueger. Oh my gosh. That was like the scariest thing to me. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to see if I can introduce them to that. And we were around about the same age. I think I was 9 years old. They're 10 right now. We're going to cook dinner. We're just going to hang out and have a good time because tomorrow is Halloween. What up, everybody? Welcome to the conversation. It is Morning Talks with Ro in the afternoon, but it's still morning time in Cali. Hey. So I'm still in the mix. I don't know if you got a chance to check out the question that I posed for the video today, but it says, what does fulfillment mean to you? Hey, everybody. Hi, Charles. Hey, Monica. Monica, how you been, girl? How you been doing? How's my girl? Today I wanted to kind of, you know how a lot of the times we talk about what's tangible, right? We talk about when we talk about success, we talk about acquiring things, right? Going after particular goals. And we talk about everything on here. But today in particular, I wanted to focus on the intangible, because that can be just as much a part of success as going after something that's tangible. Okay, I didn't have fun with my little glasses. That can be just as much, just as important as going after something that is tangible. Like for some people, their goal might be peace of mind. It may not have anything to do with something monetary or something outside of themselves. It may just be to be able to show up in a situation and be more calm. It may be to learn to become a better listener because you've been sabotaging relationships because you haven't been. Right? That could be success for you. A success could be not to be depressed. To experience, because I like to always speak of things in the affirmative when we're talking about things that we desire. So it could be to experience more sincere joy in your life. That could be success for you, right? So if you would like, since people are starting to populate, hey everybody, welcome to the conversation. What does fulfillment mean to you? You know, in addition to the things that you say you might want from a tangible aspect, whether it's monetary, awards, or, you know, something outside of yourself, what else does fulfillment mean to you? Does it also include, you know, things that have to do with your emotional or mental or spiritual health? List some of those things. Hey, Miss Lady. Hey, Charles. Welcome to the conversation, everybody. So, yeah. If you will, please list in this chat. Let's get the conversation going. Let's talk about the intangible today and how important that can be when it comes to what success means for you or just for us in general, and a holistic approach to happiness. It doesn't always reside in just picking up physical things, getting the new job, getting the new relationship, getting more money, getting the awards or accolades. It could be peace of mind. It could be more calm. It could be learning to become a better listener, right? Things that we can't necessarily touch, but they're very, very important to the quality of life that we're living. Hey, Beverly. Hey, tell your hubby I said hey. Yes, Miss Lady says peace. Peace could be very much a part of what you feel success is for you. You know, becoming more peaceful. Why? Why would peace be important? I want to talk about the intangibles today because I think sometimes they can get overlooked, and they're just as much a part of your happiness and fulfillment and success. Just as much a part. Monica says, I'm realizing my own passion and purpose are different than I thought it was. Really? What do you feel opened up the understanding for that? More of the understanding for that. Okay, Charles Scott, I see your request, but this is probably not the place to put it. I don't know. Maybe put it in the on the In Vogue page, or you can go to invoguemusic.com and put that in the request, because they're really good about responding to stuff. Okay, Charles Jackson says, fulfillment to me is defined as richness in spirit, because being prosperous in your mind will lead you to wealth, which is the fruit of a prosperous mindset. Bless up. Charles, although he has been building on his own, let's say, what do I want to call it? Storehouse of knowledge. He's a spiritual leader and is coming into his spiritual leadership now. But he's also an alumni of PPU, Personal Power University. And that's one of the things that is very, very big to me, is that a lot of your success comes from within first. A lot of people don't even feel successful because you got to get the inside right first. A lot of the things that are going to produce what you want to see on the outside comes from your mindset, comes from your emotional set point, comes from your spiritual set point, right? If you have those things in order a lot, then it can reflect outward. You're going to even see the world differently, which is going to make you feel more successful, even sometimes before things physically change in your environment. So mindset, your emotional set point, spiritual set point, very, very important when it comes to success, that I have learned about life. Very, very important. There's some people who don't have a lot of things, but because their mindset is a certain way, or they've grasped a certain spiritual set point or emotional set point, they lead more successful, happy, fulfilled lives. So I don't want us to, take for granted how important it is to have the inner world together. The outer world becomes a reflection of the inner world just because of how you're seeing the world too, how you're speaking about it, how you're being in it, how you're being of service in it. I mean, all that stuff, the quality of your living can change. And that's huge, huge, huge. Okay, Miss Lady says, sometimes there's so much going on in our lives that we lose true peace in our hearts and mind. We lose sleep. Yes. We lose passion and drive in hectic times. Speak on it. You tell me what it feels like when you don't go to bed with peace of mind. Peace of mind is gold. Think about it. When you don't have peace of mind, what does the rest of the quality of your life look like? Peace of mind is huge when it comes to successful living. Peace of mind is huge when it comes to just being comfortable in your own skin, or just being able to relax and not be living under constant stress. That is so much a part of our success. Right, Marquita, I see you, honey. Monica says, I know what I want to do, but God has been leading me on a different path. I'm so glad that you're listening. I realize that I can still have my passion, but His purpose for my life is being revealed, and I've stopped running from it. Bless up. Morton says, hey, Power, welcome to the conversation, dear. Fulfillment for me is to learn new stuff every day and continue to be a better person. One life and so much to learn, bro. Come on, speak on it. And what you just said had nothing to do with anything, any physical object. Nothing to do with a physical thing. Everything that you just mentioned for fulfillment was intangible. How powerful is that? That means that we don't need to necessarily acquire anything outside of ourselves in order to experience real joy and fulfillment. Doesn't mean that acquiring things outside of ourselves isn't a part of it. But you just spoke about something that spoke to the quality of your beingness. And when you feel better as who you are, or in your skin, or how you're thinking, or how you're seeing the world, how you're processing the world, that's going to change how you see the world. That's going to change how the world shows up for you, right? All inner work. So who's doing the inner work? You know how I always say, like, how did you wake up this morning? Huge, because that's part of the inner work. That's part of what produces a certain quality of living. And a lot of the times people might have a lot of things, but they don't have a good quality of living. And so they're really not happy. They're not experiencing real joy. They're not experiencing sincere happiness. It looks good on the outside, but it's not really fulfilling. You look like you got the stuff. You look like you got the relationship. But what is the quality of the relationships in your life? That stuff is intangible. That's the stuff we can't touch. But it's very, very meaningful and powerful to our existence, right? I mean, you don't have to agree with it, but, if you don't agree with it, throw it out there. But this has been my experience. And working with a lot of people, this is like one of the most important things is getting that intangible, getting that inner world together. So I wanted to focus on that today. Monica says, fulfillment for me is listening. Sorry about that. Listening, learning to become a better listener is an incredible quality to have, right? If we're not so focused on what we're going to say next, but actually processing what's coming at us. What if you abandoned when you were listening to someone, when you were talking to someone, whether to work out something or just to become more curious about what's in front of you? What if you didn't think about what you were going to say next? What would happen? Just practice that. Practice not thinking about what you're going to say next. Some of us might be surprised how much we think about what we're going to say next and the quality of listener or lack thereof that we are. What if you didn't think about what am I going to say next? Or I got to have the right answer. Or like there's times I get on my videos, right? These videos, and I could be totally consumed with, okay, what's today's lesson? Or what's today's thing yes, I do come with some things I want to talk about. I might come with some nuggets I want to make sure I deposit. But on the other hand, I know I got to practice just being available to being present. Because maybe something else wants to come out. Maybe if I read somebody's comment and I stay open to what the conversation has to offer, it's going to take us in another direction that's more important or needed or valuable in the moment. But I got to be present enough to do that. I can't be so concerned, right, with what I'm going to say next or what I got to make sure. Then I might lose the magic in the moment of what's really necessary for both of our breakthrough, right? Let me see what you guys are saying. Hey, Low Base, welcome to the conversation, dear. Okay, that's when we have to stop. Miss Lady says stop, reflect, and move in a different direction in order to get the results we want to attain. Yes, be flexible, be pliable, right? There's a great analogy out there that I love to share about being flexible in life and how that actually represents more strength than what you think. In a hurricane, right? Or in a bad storm or a tornado. When you go outside, or if you look at nature, you observe nature, look at the big, strong oak tree that's standing strong against the wind, and then check out the blades of grass. They yield. They bend. And they let the wind go over them, and they lay down practically, right? But once the storm is over, look at the tree and then look at the grass. Usually the grass is resilient. It bounces back up. It's not resisting the wind. It's allowing it to happen. The tree is standing so strong, it cracks, it breaks. So being flexible, we could take a cue from nature, right? Powerful. We can take a cue from nature in learning to be flexible and how that actually represents strength. Okay, let's see. Monica says, understanding that hearing and listening is two different things. Hello. Beverly says, I'm doing a 30-day gratitude video. 30-day gratitude videos, wisdom I learned from my music students in Uganda. I look at their smiles and it's helping me every day to keep believing and hoping. Beautiful, Beverly. Beautiful. Lobe says, my fulfillment I do not take for granted because one of the largest portions of my fulfillment comes from my morning talks with Robe. Church, baby. Thank you, Lobe. Thank you. And I don't take for granted that you show up to these talks. It makes my heart smile. Charles Scott, I put regrets. Okay, well, I don't know what to tell you, Charles Scott. Shirley Antonio, hey, baby. Charles Jackson says, sorry, you guys. I don't know how to flip it around. Bam. Okay, fulfillment to me is also being able to see past what's in front of us and being able to hear what's beyond what's spoken to you. So yes, that could also be another way of communicating what it means to just be present. Just be available to what is showing up in front of you without judging it. Because guess what? If we don't judge it, that means we don't have any preconceived notions or conditions that it has to operate within. And then we're really open to see what the moment's trying to offer to us, or what the person is trying to offer to us. Right? Thank you, Charles. Okay, let's see. Monica, my cover photo is a picture I took of the clouds because I love sitting and looking at nature. It's peaceful when stressed. Bless up. So how many of you guys have found ways to nurture the intangible, the inner world? What are you doing to feed that part of yourself? What are you doing to just take care of, nurture that part of yourself? Now, I've mentioned in other things that, we do, like the videos and stuff. So like prayer. Some of us are prayers. Some of us express gratitude for a certain amount of time, or you write gratitude journals. Beverly's doing a 30-day gratitude situation. That's inner work, that's nurturing the inner world. Some of us might meditate. Some of us are being of service to others. That's another way to nurture the inner world. You're being more selfless in that moment. You're making your goals. You're making your happiness. You're making other people's happiness. It's bigger than you. You're making it bigger than you. You're not so myopic. You're expanding your scope for where joy and peace and benevolence can come from. Compassion, right? You're expressing that through being of service. List some other ways, if you guys want to, of how you can nurture your inner world. How you can take care of the intangible stuff, the stuff that's also a part of what success means, how to live a more fulfilled life and have a more holistic approach to successful living. Because we talk about tangible stuff. You can get the money, you can get the cars, you can get the awards and the accolades, you can get the job promotion, you can get the new relationship, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you are fulfilled on the inside. And a lot of people who are fulfilled on the inside don't necessarily need all of the tangible things on the outside to experience real joy and peace of mind and sincere happiness, right? So today we're talking about, for those who just joined the conversation, the other part of successful living, the intangibles, the parts of you that you may not take as seriously or you may not prioritize very high, but it's very much a part of the quality of life that you can live. And probably so necessary for you to be reminded of, because we get so caught up in the hamster wheel of life every day. Right? Remote control, Groundhog Day, wake up and repeat, wake up and repeat, wake up and repeat. And you may be forgetting to nurture your inner world and wondering why you're not happy. You may be getting the promotion and still not happy. You may be in the new relationship, but because you haven't been nurturing who you really are, you're not happy. You're not bringing your authentic self to the situation. You're operating in your representative so often you forget who you really are. So much of your inner world is a part of your success as well. That's what I've learned. Okay, let's see what else you guys are saying. Okay. Hey, Linda Thompson. My goodness, I love you and the help you're giving people. Bless up, Linda. Charles Scott. I don't know, Charles. It's definitely been recommended in the past, honey. Tarif, hi. I'm happy to be alive. Me and my husband getting ready for our grandma's funeral. She's in a better place now. Bless up to your grandma. Rest in power. Ryan says, for me, I have to talk with God and ask him to guide me in the right direction and cut negative people out of my life. So yeah, Ryan, also, you know what, a lot of the ways that I like to focus on nurturing the good. Sorry about that, you guys. To focus on the affirmative aspects. So instead of saying, let me get the negative people out, maybe you can refocus your mind to think, how do I connect with more positive people? How do I up-level my social circle? How do I connect with people to help me to live more authentic happiness and fulfillment? How do I you know what I mean? Like, go to the affirmative thoughts instead of thinking about getting rid of the negative. How do I get to this? How do I get to this affirmative? How did I get to this affirmative? Maybe ask better questions, better quality questions of yourself to get to better quality answers. Thank you for putting that in here. Okay. Paul says, good afternoon. I've been in business for 13 years. I can see the next level, but not a path to get there. I'm about to give up. Paul, you can always reach out to me and get one-on-one coaching if that interests you at RhonaBennett.com. Okay, you can check out the coaching packages, and a closed mouth doesn't get fed. So if you see something that you're like, how am I going to get to that? Ask. You may be blessed, right? Monica, something as simple as eating right can be a fulfillment. Girl, you better speak on it, right? Your eating can have a huge, huge contribution to whether you feel sluggish or of great energy, whether you feel like you're taking care of yourself or you're depressed because you know you're not. Whether, you know what I'm saying? Eating, what you eat is also a part of self-care. Think about it. When we eat like crap, don't we feel like, I shouldn't have ate that? Then you end up berating yourself, and then you end up making yourself feel worse. I mean, that can happen, right? And then when you feel like you've done your part, don't you feel better just from making a better choice for yourself? That's another way to nurture your inner world. Thank you for that, Monica. Miss Lady says, good stuff, Charles. I've been more open in listening to what's being spoken, and that's a realm that I can greatly appreciate as I grow. I stopped being hard on myself and took the expectations that I allow people to pile on me. I remove them from my mind. All right, lady. Charles says, every 3 months I do a SWOT analysis to identify my strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. I love that. Great resource, Charles. Hey, Chi-Town, welcome to the conversation, honey. Lauren says, hey, Rhona girl, how are you doing? I'm thanking God I'm alive and more in peace. I'm going to miss my grandmother a lot. Bless up to your grandma. Charles Scott says, okay. Shirley says, I got my fulfillment by working on new goals and vision. This makes me so happy. Congratulations on fulfilling your goals, lady. I know you've been kicking butt. Let's see. Nashua, hey, baby. Welcome to the conversation. Paul and I recommended. I was totally stuck and was able to speak it out one-on-one with Coach Rowe. Take that business to the next level. Bless up, Beverly. Thank you. Mary says, I enjoyed listening to you today. God bless you. Blessings to you too, Mary. Okay. All right, you guys, do you have any questions of me before I get out of here as it pertains to being able to nurture your inner world? Is anybody in here dealing with something that they're trying to move past in their inner world? Because we know that if that's posing a block, it can shut down how you see things, how you're receiving things. Your inner world has probably so much more to do with your success and your quality of living than we give it credit for. It's, to me, the biggest component of success, being honest. Because once you change how you're seeing the world, once you change your response to the world, once you allow yourself to reevaluate what you are allowing people and things to mean to you through your choices, everything can change. Once you start to dedicate more time to asking for guidance, maybe, I don't know what your spiritual life is. For me, I go in meditation. I go in prayer. I practice these principles on a daily basis. That's all inner work. And because of the inner work, I lead a better quality of life. No, I'm not the richest person on the planet, but I don't need to be. I'm pretty rich within because I do the inner work. And that doesn't mean I don't have bad days or whatever you want to call those days, that those challenging days. I'm human. That doesn't mean that challenges don't come my way. But if I keep practicing the principles, if I keep practicing and I keep showing up and being willing to stretch into a greater version of myself, wow, my quality of living has to up level. And that doesn't have anything to do with acquiring things outside of myself. Usually acquiring things becomes a byproduct of the work on the inside. You feel me? All right, let me see what y'all are saying before I get out of here. Twin! Oh, I just thought about you this morning. Welcome to the conversation, honey. Okay. Oh, you're awesome. I'm sending love to you, Mr. Marvelous. You're so dope. Hey, Taz, welcome to the conversation, honey. Okay. Nashua, I started therapy and working on goals. Bless up, babe. And the goals you gave me last week are ones I told them about, are the ones that you told them about today. What more can I become in my life and get out of my own way? I think that's what Nashua's from Belgium. So she's exercising her English muscles, her English writing muscles. I love you, Mr. Marvelous. Um, okay. Have an amazing day. Okay, you too, Nashua. Learning to love who you are is fulfillment. Girl, come on. You better speak on it. Right? Right? Learning to love you in spite of. How many of you are having issues? I'm sorry, I got like something on my lips. How many of you are having issues loving yourself because of maybe a decision you made in the past that you don't feel good about, and you've been shaming yourself and guilting yourself since then? And maybe you don't feel that you're worthy anymore of love. Worthy anymore of love because of that decision or choice. Some people can't even get past a certain amount of self-forgiveness in order to give themselves a chance to be happy again. And if you're still here, you're still breathing, you got purpose, baby. Let's work on that. Everybody's got a story. Everybody's made some decisions that I'm sure they could look back on and be like, wish I didn't make that decision. I wish I didn't say that way I said that. Ooh, I can't take that back. Happens to the best of us. So, here's to giving yourself permission to forgive yourself. That's another part of the quality of being. Your quality of living comes from being able to forgive yourself. Even if you got to work on that every day, speak about it every day. Get in and do some mirror work with yourself. Tell yourself, you got to do some things that make you feel a little strange. You may have to get in front of the mirror and tell you that you love you. Tell you that it's okay that you made the decision you made and atone for it. Now, if you continue in the same behavior, that's one thing. But if you're willing to atone, make right, do right by, become more righteous within whatever that's different to me and to a lot of people. Some of you may need to give yourself the permission to forgive yourself. So this is a friendly reminder to do that. You know what, Marvin? Did you just? And you pay. I'm not even going to say their name in my chat. We going to talk. Thank you so much, Marvin. Thank you. You too. You already know. You're amazing. That's my twin mentor, champion, personified buddy. Marquita. Okay, I'm missing what you guys are saying. All right, I'm about to get out of here. I'm just talking. Reginald, I've changed my surrounding of people and surrounded myself more around positive influence people, a new world. That in itself, making a decision like that can be huge. Just go towards the affirmative. You don't have to think about what you're going to do away with. Just start refocusing, training the mind on what you want to acquire, what you like to do. What change can you make that's going to bring about the quality of living that you want to experience? Focus on the affirmative. Focus on the good. Okay. I think these weekly lives always give me confirmation, and I'm growing in such a way that it's blowing my mind. You freaking right. Bless up. Glad you're getting so much value. Forgiveness releases a lot of stress. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. All right, you guys. I hope you have enjoyed today's talk. Meditating is a fulfillment. Learn how to breathe. Yes, meditating is huge, you guys. And for me, for years, just so you know, I used to be like, okay, sitting in the position, like it just wasn't working. But when I finally got the understanding of how meditation linked up with the philosophies I believe in life, I was like, oh, I learned it from Vedic meditation. And Vedic meditation, I have this guru, his name is Light, and he's out of California in Santa Monica. If you're ever looking for a Vedic meditation guru, Light, his name is Light. And when he gave the foundation of what meditation was supposed to do, it matched up with the philosophies I have about life. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. Because sometimes I could be very logical. I need something to make sense. It Can't be too airy-fairy, you feel me? Like, I got a little airy-fairy in me, but I need stuff to kind of like land somewhere. I'm very down to earth in that way. So when I was able to make that connection, I was like, I get it. So this stillness, even in the body, in the mind, all of this works together. I can bring meditation with me into a conversation with you right now. Like right now, because I started to think about it, I just became aware of my body. You can use your body. I've taught this before in some of our morning talks, where you can just become aware of your right foot. Right now, I'm aware of it. I don't have to wiggle it to become aware of it. I don't have to do anything but just put my attention on it while my presence is still with you guys. That's a meditation. So now I'm not thinking about anything or anyone else outside of this moment in my body and speaking to you. That's a meditation, learning how to be more present. Right? And then there's ways you learn how to still the mind a little bit more. Or the way you get to stillness is embracing the chaos. Makes sense to me. We're in America. It's cars all over the place. It's noises. There are loud neighbors. You're dealing with unresolved issues from within that might want to come up while you close your eyes and try to be still. Like, you know what I mean? Let's be real. There's stuff that's going to come up. Your mind is constantly going. We're always bombarded with stimulation. Look how I'm talking. It's like so much is coming in. Whoa, that's how your meditation can feel. So how do I meditate with all of this? And people are like, you got to still the mind. You got to make your mind shut off. That's not really necessarily for me a realistic way to communicate that to people. How do we get this into even, let's talk about that, the American mind that's always like this. What's next? What's next? Oh, I didn't process that. Oh, well, this and that. You know, I mean, it's just stuff going on, right? So it was like, you know what? Embrace it. Embrace all of those thoughts. While they're happening, treat them like passing cars. When you watch cars cross down the street, do you have a lot of judgment for them? Not normally. Normally, you just watch them pass by. What if you could treat your thoughts the same way? They could come up real crazy, but if you just chose not to judge them, just allowed them to be what they are, allowed them to show up and just observe them like a witness. Not that you got to make it right or wrong. They're just a thing, right? And then let them pass by like cars. Now, if you're not resisting the thoughts, they'll probably just pass. They'll pass away. And then your mind will naturally quiet because you're not resisting. I was like, at least that's the way I express it. You feel me? And then you can take that same understanding out into life now. Now, I see Mr. Marvelous put embrace the chaos, bless up, right? What if you did that out in the world? So now you're taking your practice in meditation into the real world. Bam, we want this stuff to be practical. This is not just to do it to be doing it. This is to do it so that it's practical for us. How do I use this principle? How do I use this philosophy? How do I make it, how do I allow it? I want to say make it. How do I allow it to improve the quality of my existence? That's why we practice it. I couldn't find the practical use for meditation until I got it in my psyche a different way. Till somebody explained it to me differently. I said, oh, that's why it's purposeful. That's how it's useful to me. Now I know why I want to practice this stuff. That's going to help me to be more calm in life. That's going to help me to be more present. That's going to help me to embrace the craziness that's inevitably going to happen in life at times. It's part of our growth and evolution. Right? Wow. Okay. All right, let me see what y'all are saying before I get out of here. Shirley, have an awesome day. You too, honey. Oh, I will. To my mommy. Hey, Naliji. Okay, Reginald, bless up. Glad you're getting confirmation. Monica's still learning, aren't we all? I said it before and I'll say it again. Oprah's on her way out, so we want... Low Bates, I swear. You make my heart smile. Thank you, guys. Hey, y'all, Coach Rose, guys, pay attention. Thank you, Charles. You too, honey. Wish I could learn to keep my mouth shut, but sadly, like Donald Trump, I don't know when to shut up. I have to get the last word. That's always something I have to work on. Well, you know what I'll say to that, James? Bless up to your awareness. Awareness is the first key to change. First, you got to even realize it's a thing. that you would like to shift before you can shift it. So now that you're aware of that and you see that it's causing problems for you, it's taking away from the quality of your existence, it's sabotaging relationship, right? So the stronger reason why, if we got a strong enough reason why, that's going to change our behavior. Because sometimes we're in a pattern. It's hard to break the pattern. But if you keep sabotaging relationships and you start realizing how much it's diminishing the quality of your life, you're going to finally make that change. So now just practice. Do the uncomfortable. Shut up. Right? It's so hard. But what if you take a breath when you would normally say something? That's hard to do, right? But do it. See, what we don't realize is we get the answers, but people don't want to do what's hard. That's how you're going to change. You got to do what's hard. It's not that it's not possible to change, right? It's not possible to shift, but you do have to do what's hard sometimes. I remember when I was breaking my addiction to drama, like so many of us have, right? And I would want to continue this morbid or crazy thought. And I remember I would have to pause and just go scramble the pattern, not going to finish that thought, and focus literally on something else in a moment. It will be so hard not to go back to that crazy thought. But I did it because I knew I had to break the pattern. And the only way to break the pattern is you got to go in the opposite direction sometimes. You have to do what's hard, but it's possible. So practice now. Every time that you would say something, and you know you don't necessarily want to say, you can feel it bubbling up in you. You know it be in your chest where it's at in your body. You can feel it's getting ready to pop off. Breathe before you say something. Use that as a tool. Use the breath to stop yourself. Pause. Slow down. Hashtag slow down. Before you say anything, just breathe. And then take another breath. Matter of fact, charge yourself to take 3 real breaths. You probably won't even say nothing by the time you finish that. But practice it. All of this stuff is a practice, you guys. All right. I'm about to get out of here. I keep saying I'm going to leave. From the day, let's see. Miss Lady, from the day I wrote and asked God to bring me genuine, pure people, you showed up the next morning. Good stuff. I hold so deep. You know what I mean. I can't wait until we link and share with my children how God works through the people you would have never thought would see you. I'm glad God put me in your path. I have to give you a special gift. Thank you, honey. I'm glad I could be here for you. Okay. Attitude is Bobby Brown, blah, blah, blah. I like the practice and how I can make it happen in my life. Do what's hard. That's right, honey. Sending a hug. I'm not afraid. No, you're not, Marquita. You don't have to read mine out loud. My English is too bad. But I know you understand. Yes, I do, honey. Your excitement and passion is slow down. 25 years of marriage. I got lots of practice. Come on, man. That's what this is about. Practice, practice, practice till we leave the planet. You just keep working on that self-mastery, right? Keep working on it. Nobody's walking out of here unscathed if you're living in this thing. But if you keep practicing, you can keep up-leveling your quality of living. And that's probably the most important thing, right? Living a great quality of life. And that, to me, a lot of that's outer. That's inner world. That's inner world. This is a great talk today. The intangible success. Holistic approach to success. All right, you guys. I had fun. I hope you did too. Thank you, Lo Bae. Sending love your way. Bless up to everybody who tuned in and contributed to the conversation. It helps us all to grow, including me. I don't have all the answers. You feel me? Okay? Helps us all to grow. Bless up. Until next time. Bye.